Crafty friends, it's Jess from jesscrafts.com, and today I have another Halloween card for you. This Halloween card is using a new freebie from Gerda Steiner Designs. She made these cute little candy corns playing. I like how the candy corn is wrapped up as a mummy. It's kind of unexpected. I've never seen a Halloween image quite like this one before. And I also like that it's really easy to color, because with the candy corn you're just going to need to color the orange and yellow, and so I think it's a really simple, easy image to use. So for the oranges I'm going to be using YR68 and YR65, and for the yellows I'll use Y06 and Y08. I'm just going to do some simple blending to make it look round. In order to make it look round, you want to use the darker colors on the outer edges and the lighter color towards the middle. So I'm going to add the dark color towards the outer edges first, then flick the light color in towards the middle. The thing that's closest to you should have the lightest color. That's what makes it appear closest to you, and so it gives it that feeling of being round by keeping that light color towards the middle. So I'm just going to use quick coloring on this one candy corn to create that rounded edge. And on the other piece of candy corn, since you don't really see very much of him, so much of him is wrapped up in the mummy wrappings, I'm just going to use the darker color, in this case Y08 and YR68. I'm just going to color in the little parts of him that are poking out that I think would make sense in the yellow band and in the orange band to give the effect that there's really candy corn peeking out from underneath there. Also, I will be using a little bit of a gray marker to fill in the bandages, just a tad, because I think if you leave them pure white, it doesn't give quite the same dimension, and also it doesn't look like they're overlapping each other and stuff. So I'm just going to take a C1 marker and just touch a little bit of gray, particularly to where the bandages meet each other or on the edges of the candy corn. And that's just going to be it for my Copic coloring, and when I finish all that, I'm going to use a Spellbinder's die cut to cut out this image onto a simple little frame die. And when I have it cut out on the simple frame die, I want to add a sentiment right to this panel. I thought that a trick-or-treat sentiment would be cute because you would get candy when you're trick-or-treating. You see there that this particular stamp, I actually cut it in the past in order to use it stacked as opposed to in one long line like it's naturally meant to do, but it is really simple to just place it back on the block next to each other and use in the original way that it was intended. So you don't have to feel afraid to cut up your clear stamps, because you can always mount them back together just like I did there. That stamp set with a sentiment was from I Heart Paper's Chicken Girl Designs. I'm pretty sure it's a discontinued stamp set, and I tend to only use it for the sentiments when they work out easily like that because it is discontinued. I want to add a colored background, so I'm going to be using some Dusty Concord ink. I thought the purple would present a nice contrast or pop from the orange and the yellow. As I add this, I want to be careful that I don't touch my fingers into the purple and then place them on top of the candy corn. So I've decided I'm just going to keep my fingers on top of the candy corns and not move them off, because if I move them off I might spread that purple ink and ruin all my coloring and have to start again. So I'll wipe up my surface there, dry off the panel really fast because with stress ink it can stay wet for a while, and then I'll move on to picking out some papers. I decided to use this stack from Doodlebug. With this particular stack, I actually split it with my mom. My mom is a crafter too, and I only have one of each sheet of this paper, so I'm a little more selective, but I decided, you know what, it's time to finally use it, and I can't hoard my papers forever no matter how cute they are. So I really like this candy image, or this candy paper, because you're using the candy corn, and I just thought it would be fun, and I want to keep this card simple and fun. So I'm going to use that as my background. But I know that if that's going to be my background, I'm going to need something a little bit more simple to ground it. And so I'll be looking for a more solid piece of paper to create a band across the bottom. I trimmed that to the average card size, which is an A2 card and 5 1/4 by 4. And I decided to go with some green glitter paper as more solid. And in the end, I realized it actually winds up looking pretty busy because glitter is a solid, but it's a, really eye-catching solid. And so I probably should have used a more simple cardstock, but this card is fun anyway. And I want to add another little touch with some Halloween twine. And so I've decided to wrap the twine around 3 times. So I made sure to put it as 7 times the length of the piece, because you need 2 times for every time you want to wrap it around, and 1 more time in order to make the bow. By wrapping it all the way around, I can fuss with it and tie it up exactly how I like it. So I made a simple bow, just like you would tie your shoe, and then I play with it and fuss with it until it's sitting just where I like it, and then I can use some tape to adhere it down so that it doesn't keep shifting as I mail it and such. After I finally like the way that I have it, I decide that I'm going to use some pop dots to pop up this panel here, because if I tried to tape it down, the twine would cause little bumps in the image. So I'm just going to assemble it all like that and mount it on, I believe, a purple card base, and that will be it for my card today. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, you can subscribe to my channel. This image is from Gerda Steiner Designs. It's currently a freebie, so if you like it, be sure to head over to her site and I'll leave a link. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.